Hi everyone, this is Chris David in the CIT336 class, and today we are going over PHP MyAdmin stuffs, and I'm going to demonstrate some SQL statements that I've created, and just to let you know where we're at here. In PHP MyAdmin, we've created this Acme database, and how we actually did that was imported a database that was given to us in class, and then manually added a clients table to it. So from this point, I'll pull up my scripts because I actually have created them already, just to save time on the video. And I'll pull up the SQL statement tab here, and we'll execute it. First off though, let's show you the categories table, just so you can see what is in there. We have category name, miss, and all this stuff here. Now clients, this is the one we created. There's nothing in there. We just created the actual the structure of the table. So this is what we have. And then our inventory, we'll be changing some of these, and this is why I'm showing you. But we have all the elements in here, original state, before changing it with the SQL statements. So I'll go back to the database level, go to the SQL tab, and right now we're actually going to insert a client. So we wanted specifically to attach the information to this criteria. So we have client first name, client last name, client email, client password, and comments. And so when we go ahead and insert into the clients table with this criteria, with these values, I'm going to hit go, and it should insert that right in there. Perfect. It says it was inserted. If we go to the clients table now, we actually can see we got Tony Stark, his email, his password, his client level, which was automatic, and same with the client ID. I didn't have anything assigned to those levels. And then I'm the real Iron Man, his comment. So cool. We got that. We'll go back to the database level. The next SQL statement was to actually change that client level, which was 1, to a level 3. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this update statement, and let's go ahead and run this. There we go. One row affected. Go back to the clients tab or table, and we can see client level is now at 3. So cool. Next thing we want to do, according to our assignment, the assignment read that it needed to have all the nylon names changed to climbing. So I actually have 3 places that it appears, but the criteria was not to touch the inventory style record. And so what we're going to do is specifically set the inventory name. We needed those capitalized for the name, so we're going to replace it in the inventory name record. We're replacing nylon with climbing. Now the inventory description is another place it's located, and within the description is actually a sentence. We're going to replace in the inventory description the specific nylon word with climbing as well. So we're going to grab this, and let's go to the SQL tab. Oh, we have to make sure we're in the database level. And we're going to run that. Bingo. So now if we go to the inventory, we actually go down to where it was, and we got climbing rope. Capitalize. This climbing rope is ideal for all uses. And then if we go all the way over to the inventory style tab, right here, far right, we still have nylon, just like we needed for the instructions. Next thing to go to is our inventory name categories here. This was an inner join SQL statement. And what we're doing is gathering what it will be is 7 results. And it's going to, here, let me just show you. To explain it, we'll show you what it does here. So I'm selecting information from the inventory table, inventory name record, and categories table, category name record. And because it's an inner join, we had to do from inventory and then inner join categories on inventory category ID. So we're grabbing the inventory category ID, categories, category ID. But I only wanted things that were labeled miss, and miscellaneous had a code in the category ID of 3. So those items with label 3 category ID are all miscellaneous items, and so when we run this, we should get all 7 of our miscellaneous items that are the same in both tables. And here we are. We got instant hole, we got our CCX, monster rubber band, mallet, grand piano, grand helmet, crash helmet, excuse me, and climbing rope that we just changed. So the last here that we're supposed to demonstrate today is actually just deleting an inventory item from the table. So I'm specifically targeting the inventory table and then the inventory name that has this CCX car. If I run this, delete. Now, I'm going to delete it without any worries because I actually have the original database that I can restore. And so it's not a big deal if I get rid of this. But one row is affected. If we go back to inventory, I don't see it anywhere anymore. And it was just right here. So there we go. Those are the SQL statements. Now, something real quick I wanted to show you is my actual project. So I have the new structures that we were instructed to do. Get rid of those images. Here we go. So I have my new library folder with the connections PHP. This specifically is set up for this file with the server name, the database name, the user, and the password for that user that's set up for this database to be able to access the database. Now, other things I set up are also this error page, 500.php. And I'll show you what those look like in just 2 seconds. So let's go ahead and actually run this. Now, the key to this scenario, since it's connections PHP page, this isn't being collected anywhere. Once it runs through, it should give me a completely blank page right now because it's not being grabbed by another file. And so when we run this, this is exactly what we should see. Just completely blank. So it worked. Now, if I go back, after I set it up a moment ago to break, let me see. Okay, so let's do that. Just saved it. It should break now. If I run this, there we go. We got our server error page. So if there's a problem, this is our custom page so far. Instead of giving a whole list of things like this, let me see if I can break the file so it doesn't catch that page. There you go. So typically this will give a whole bunch of information. In this scenario, it's not very helpful. But with that said, we don't want to give any information to any hackers or anything. We want it to be a catch and a file that we have customized specifically to fixing all those errors I just created, specifically to show our error page. So there we are. That is my database so far, and I hope you've enjoyed all the SQL statements. And let me know if there's any questions, but take care for now. We'll see you next time.